Yeah, you read the title right. Now, before you yell at me for doing this, I have somewhat of a valid reason, sort of. I know this is a terrible idea, um, but I figured may as well watch the Emoji Movie for laughs, and I'm forcing my friend Matt from Giddy Up Custo to come see it with me, so that way I'm not alone in this absolute hellhole. So that's not for like 2 more hours. The movie starts, but I just figured I'd start this before Matt came over. Um, if we make it out alive, I will upload this as well as a review after the movie's over, which I think you all can already kind of guess what the review is going to be. But I will go into the movie with an open mind, with the standards, the bar set all the way down, like all the way down, and maybe I'll be surprised. But hey, figured why not make a video out of it at least, since I'm spending like $8 to see this film. If you want to call it a film. So anyway, let's get into it.
Do you get one for the Emoji Movie?
$11.
Alright. I'll take one for the Emoji Movie too.
Of course we're the only ones here. I'm vlogging this, by the way.
Alright, cool. Take one.
Watch that be someone's. So we got a little bit to the movie, so we're just gonna chill. Oh, yeah. I knew we'd be the only ones here.
Watch the entire Emoji Movie. I love it.
So, just ended. I'm wearing glasses. It ended with a dance party. We stuck it out.
Yeah, we did. I'm very proud of us.
We did it. Full review is coming up next in just a few short minutes, so stay tuned for that. He's already leaving. He's getting out of here. Oh yeah, he's dancing now. See, I was taking notes throughout the whole movie, so I have a full review coming very, very soon. I have proof. Okay? I went to hell and back, ladies and gentlemen. I did it. So as you guys saw from the previous clips, me and my friend Matt from Giddy Up Costello were the only ones in the theater. Surprise, surprise, I honestly could have... I mean, I knew that. As soon as I said, hey, want to go see the Emoji Movie, I almost knew immediately we'd be the only ones in the theater. Alrighty, so let's get all that technical stuff out of the way first. Like, what was in the movie, what was, what some of the dialogue that I thought stuck out in a bad way, because everything I'd say here is in a bad way. It's so bad, it's funny. 13 poop jokes in the movie. I counted. Take my word for it. And if you don't believe me, you can go watch it yourself and count. Be my guest. 13. 5 of which came in the first 6 minutes of the film. That's right. The opening sequence had 5 poop jokes. Doesn't get any better than that, especially when Patrick Stewart is the poop. There are some other, like, extremely horrible, not funny at all jokes in the movie, and I'll name a few here. So Gene goes up to a shrimp emoji on the street and says, "Hey, what are you doing later?" And the shrimp replies in a Australian accent, "I'm gonna throw myself on the Barbie." And right after he says that, he literally throws himself on a Barbie. Like 15 seconds after that, Gene goes up to a clock and asks him what time it is, and the clock replies, "Hey, my eyes are up here." Actual joke. Swear to God again, if you don't take my word for any of this, be my guest to go watch it. Gene also is in a hurry to get to the the main place where the emojis work, and he knocks into a bunch of elders, which are basically the original emoticons used with, like, the colon and the parentheses for the smiley face and stuff. And he knocks into one of them, and the colon goes, "Ow, my colon," again. Fantastic joke. I mean, it had me laughing for minutes. High Five, which is voiced by James Corden, um, says something about nosebleed. I honestly can't tell you what, because I forget already, but he was standing next to a nose, and the nose found it offensive that he was talking about nosebleed. High Five also knocks into a coffee emoji and says, "Oh, sorry, T." And the coffee emoji replies, "I'm not tea, I'm coffee." Multiple other jokes are made in the movie that are basically just emoji jokes and very bad emoji puns. High Five says, since High Five's a hand, like, I gotta say, at least 30 jokes were made about him being a hand. There's a scene where they're in the Just Dance app, and that goes on for, actually, I timed it, 5 minutes and 11 seconds, and I swear to you, I'm not kidding, goes on for 5 minutes 11 seconds, which in my opinion is the perfect time for a dance sequence. Doesn't go on for too long at all. They play Candy Crush as well, and they also go into a bunch of different social media apps like Instagram, Facebook. They fly on a Twitter bird, and they go into YouTube, which I was hoping to see one of my videos on the YouTube app, but no, they picked the most relevant video on YouTube right now. Pen, pineapple, apple, pen. I totally forgot. At the beginning of the movie, we have a voiceover of TJ Miller, who plays Gene, talking about what emojis are, and he basically stated that they're the most important form of communication ever invented. Higher than the telephone, higher than texting, higher than FaceTime. Emojis. So, Gene's parents, who are meh emojis, the entire movie, all of their dialogue, since they're the meh emoji, is spoken in a monotone voice. Every single line. Even when the plot is, like, supposed to be at its climax, and, like, Gene is about to be deleted or killed by one of the robots, they still speak in a monotone voice with no character whatsoever, because that's who they are. Great job, Sony. Now, the best part about this movie, and you guys probably saw it from the end of the clip when we were in the movie theater, I told you, it ends with a giant dance party, which is something I've never seen before in a movie, ever. So, other than that, I mean, you guys, I enjoyed it because it was stupid. I mean, me and Matt could not take anything in the movie seriously. We were the only ones in there, but I know that there are, like, kids that have watched the Emoji Movie, and there have been parts where, like, I heard the music was trying to get suspenseful, and something happened that was probably meant to be like, oh no, High Five gets deleted. That should have been like a sad moment and an emotional moment, but we couldn't take it seriously. I mean, there were parts, like in the Just Dance app, I really got into it at one point, and Matt kind of got into it a little bit for like 30 seconds, maybe a minute, and then it was just we couldn't take it seriously, so I had a blast watching it. I honestly am so happy that I spent $11 and 85 minutes of my time watching the Emoji Movie. I never thought I'd hear that coming out of my mouth. From a movie standpoint, I give it like a 2 out of 10, maybe. Great idea, just poor execution. Really poor execution. From an enjoyment standpoint, though, I'll give it like an 8 out of 10 because me and Matt just had fun making fun of it the whole time. So, anyway, that was my opinion. But I have proof wherever it went. It's down on the floor now, where it belongs. I have proof that I went and I survived. The Emoji Movie, now in theaters. Bring your family.
Doesn't have to be your family.